water over there. That's what everybody tells me. Is that today? Evelyn said the same thing. 2 o'clock. James gets here before that. Set up everything. I'm going to ask you to pull back. Look at all the decorations. Okay, I'm terrible. I remember Easton and I forgot your name. Jamie. See, I was so concentrating on Easton. Jamie. Yay, beautiful. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Visalia. I'm your host today, Donna Orozco. What? Really? I was in the fog. So I want to pull back the camera so you can see all the beautiful decorations we have in here. It looks wonderful. So let's go to the first slide. So these are the people that did all the decorating. You see Lori up on the top of the tree almost. Bonnie and Sima did all the decorations, and it looks beautiful. Donna helped, yes. Donna helped. So we're definitely in the holiday season, and we definitely have guests today. So we have Jamie and Easton, who have been watching us online and said, well, we're going to see what this place is really all about. Yay. So let's welcome this. Will you repeat after me? We see you. We appreciate you. And we thank you for coming. Welcome. So this slide in the little back, back, there we go. The little tree by the stairs still has 2 tags on it that we need. One, I'm hoping somebody will take who hasn't taken a tag yet for our family that we're adopting for Christmas. So all the rest of them are taken. That's great. There's just 2 left. So somebody please take them. We need all the gifts here next Sunday because I have to take them over to Salvation Army on Sunday. So we'll do that. And just 2 tags, go check it out afterwards. And the other thing, this tree, can we show this tree again? So this tree is the tree that we're going to put gloves and scarves. And I made some hats. Ooh, and they're on there too. And we're going to give them, again, to Salvation Army or some group that really needs them. So next week, if you have any scarves, especially if you're not using the 400 scarves you have in your closet anymore, bring a few of them and put them on the tree, and we'll put the presents under the tree, and it'll look wonderful. Scarves and gloves and hats, knit hats if you have them. Things to keep warm. Okay, let's go to the next. So one more reminder, Science of Mind, Let's Talk Science of Mind is now starting at 9:30 in our little library. Reverend Jack is there to take us through the talk for today. So hopefully those who went, the dogs have arrived. Those who went will have a heads up on the talk that he'll be giving later today. So it's easy to come at 9:30 or come in online. The link is on our website and you can come to both. I wanted to remind you again about our prayer box, which is over farther in the corner now. People have been putting the prayers in there, requests in there, and our prayer team, which is gathering and training to become the prayer leaders, are taking those prayers and doing the prayers. If you want to be contacted, they'll contact you. If they just want to say a prayer, they'll do that. And eventually, hopefully by next year, we're going to have somebody in our prayer room after service again from this prayer team, and they'll be giving those small prayers afterwards. One more reminder on Bruce's wonderful concert up the hill in Three Rivers next Saturday. If anybody wants to go, let me know, because we can carpool up. It'll be fun, and it's Dixieland Jazz, and Bruce was a part of this group for 40 years, and he's the last man standing, and he's going to be featured at this concert. And there's also a young, he's a junior or something in high school, clarinet player. It's amazing. It's an amazing group. So either show up or let me know, and you can go with me. Now, here's something new. We're participating in a Kwanzaa celebration that the UUs, Unitarian Universalists, have put together. And I think they invited us because we invited them to our Peace Day. And so I think this is going to be a new collaboration we'll have with them. I'm hoping so. And also St. Paul's. So the three groups are doing it. Lots of other groups are participating too. It's on Saturday, December 28th from 1 to 4 at St. Paul's, their parish hall, down at the corner of Center and Hall. Thank you. It's going to be fun. There's going to be lots of good food, music, dancers, drumming. Buddy will be there drumming. And they'll tell you the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. So I think it'll be a great time. Any of you who want to come, it's free. just show up. I know a diversity team will be interested in going. I think it'll be a great event. Our new recycling project, I found a plastic Coke bottle in the gutter this morning, rinsed it out and put it in our So we're looking for plastic and aluminum that can be recycled with that little sign on it. And we're hoping we're going to recycle it every week if people bring stuff in, and we'll make a little money off of it. It's great. Great idea. Yes, Steve? The stuff with the C. The aluminum can doesn't have the CRV on it? Yeah. So. So he's saying that it's just the ones with that sign on it, the CRV sign, aluminum and plastic. So the peanut gallery is saying recycle anyway, but those are the two we can get money for and bring them here and we will recycle. Our next class starts January 18th, 7 weeks on Saturday in the morning on Zoom. Do it in your PJs, do it with your cup of coffee. I think it'll be a great class. Reverend Jack's going to be doing it. Our last class was super, and I think this one will be great too. It's $60 if you want credit. So if you're thinking about being a practitioner sometime, you want it for credit. But if you don't want it for credit, you just want to take it, it's only $25 for the whole 7 weeks. So you'll be able to sign up soon online, and I think it'll be another wonderful class. You know, it's taking the classes where you really learn about our philosophy and what we're all about. So I hope some of you will take it. And today is our Christmas concert. So Donna W. has it all set up, and we have some snacks, and it's going to be lovely. And so I hope you'll all come. It's only $10. Bring a can if you want to. We'll put those under the tree too, and we'll give those away too. But come with or without a can, but come with your $10. We'll come out a little bit ahead here. 2 o'clock today. Bring all your friends, gather them up as you go to lunch and then bring them over here. Okay, I think that's the end of the announcements. So since I'm the host, I'm going to the next thing too, which is our mission statement. So will you all say the mission statement with me? Center for Spiritual Living Visalia is the place everyone comes together, connecting in love and learning how to create abundant, joyful, and peaceful lives. And now we're going to go to our first song.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.
Joy.
Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. Say God. God is my source. God is my source. God is my power. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. So I give thanks for all my blessings. For all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
So that was going to be our congregational song. So whenever we get to the next song, you're going to have to wing it because there won't be any words. But so glad to have Hope and Don back, and Kevin as always. So now I'm going to introduce Bonnie, and she's going to come up and give the diversity quote.
Thank you. Might need this. Hi. How's everybody today? Good to see you guys. This is the back of my, gratitude journal. And just for a freebie, it says, gratitude is happiness doubled by wonder. Isn't that nice? That's what I feel when I'm here. So, today we have, my name is Bonnie Carlia, and I'm here to present the quote for the diversity and inclusivity team. Today, we have kind of a special author, so I'm going to talk about her for a minute. Her name is Catherine Patterson, and she is the author of more than 40 books, including 2 Newbery Medal Award winners, Bridge to Terabithia, 1978, and Jacob I Have Loved in 1981. Born in China to missionary parents, Ms. Patterson's name is attached to many, many other accolades. Among the most prestigious are, for her body of work, the Hans Christian Andersen Award in 1998. And then in 2000, she was named by the Library of Congress a living legend. Now for the quote. Here we go. Peace is not won by those who fiercely guard their differences, but by those who, with open minds and hearts, seek out connections. Catherine Patterson, American writer. Thank you.
Thanks, Bonnie. Now we're going to go to what we believe principle. So will you all say this with me, please? So I should say, every month we choose a new one. These are all the principles in Science of Mind, and we just choose a different one to go over each month. So this is what we're doing this month. We believe in the revelation of truth through our initiative and spiritual nature, and that anyone may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling God. Intuitive, yes. I messed that word up last time when I was saying it upstairs too. Okay, now we're going to go to another song, and so I guess it will be I Am the Place. And if you know the words, great, sing it along.
strong enough to bear the burden that comes with this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decision when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have enough of mind and body to live a life with grace and wholeness? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I gotta do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Said I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place. I am the place where God You lives, are the place. Moves and breathes and has its being. We are the place. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
Good morning, beloveds. I am so thrilled to be with you yet again. And so I'm going to ask if you will take just a moment and come to a quiet place, whether you're in the chair, in the sanctuary, whether you're at home on your couch, wherever you might be right now. Just take a moment and be still. I'm going to ask that you let go of any mind chatter that might be going on right now. Any expectations that are not being fulfilled, any thoughts of things you should have done, might have done, could have done, let all that go right now. And as you are in this quiet place, I'm going to ask that you remember that you are a conduit. You are a messenger of this faith, philosophy, and way of living that we call the science of mind. And those may not be words that you would choose to describe your purpose, but because you are here right now as a part of the human race, I'm here to invite you to entertain the thought that that is exactly your purpose. You are called to be the demonstration. And so with that, we know that there is no place that God is not, and that we are surrounded by a universal truth that is inspiration, passion, and understanding. And if that is the truth about the universe, that is the truth about each and every person within the sound of my voice right now. You are open to receive a divinely inspired message of inspiration, of truth, of understanding, because you are one with the universe. And so I know that as we come together for this day, you will be divinely inspired. It may be from the lyrics of the songs. It may be from the art that you witnessed as you came into the sanctuary. You may be inspired by the look of the smile from a friend you haven't seen in a moment. You may be inspired by meeting somebody brand new today, or you may be inspired with anticipation of what is yet to unfold in this day in your life. Whatever it is, I know and accept that we are ready to receive the message. We are ready to receive insight. We are ready to receive an understanding what is ours to be, do, and have. And so with this knowing, I give thanks and release any doubt, just as I simultaneously release this prayer into the divine, knowing that it will magnify and come back to us tenfold. And so with that, I simply release this prayer with much, much, much thanksgiving for the time that we will share together and be together in community, and affirm it by saying, and so it is. Amen. Okay, so today's message is about igniting that fire of your passion. Each of us have a passion within us that is divinely inspired. Yes, we are also aware that simultaneously and at the same time, our ego can have a passion that we act out on and do it. But today, I want to talk to you about that passion within you, that thing that ignites the fire within your heart, that propels you into moving through the levels of consciousness in a whole new intentional way. Now, just as a reminder, the 4 levels of a consciousness that we teach in this philosophy is you can dwell in the tier where life happens to you. Then you can decide to take dominion in your life and move forward by moving into the tier where life happens by me, where you take action and you make something happen. Then you move into the tier where life happens through you. And that's when you find your tribe, you find your like-minded community, where you find that you are surrounded by people that get you, that see you, that feel you, that believe in you. And you want to hang with them because they propel you. And then finally, when we get to a point in our evolution of our spiritual journey, we move into this level of where life happens as me. And when it happens as me, you know that you are fulfilling a divine inspiration that has been laid upon you to be the demonstration. So, Reverend Jack, what do you mean by all of that? Those are a whole bunch of words. So let's bring it down to a reality. I know that each of you, as being a part of this human experience, have had a time in your life when you have been propelled to take action and you had no idea why you were taking that action other than you could not help but do it. You were divinely inspired, whether those were the words that you would put on it, where something came to you, was laid upon you to do, rather than whether you wanted to do it or not. But yet you still did it. That's a part of this human experience. And a lot of times we get to experience this through the arts, whether it be as a writer, or writing a poem, or the words of the song. These words come through you to the page, through you to the canvas, through you to the interpretation of a script. whatever it might be, you really get that something is moving through you. And you can't help but fulfill it, to be the instrument, to do the thing itself. For me in my life, that was my experience of being in the theater. It's like I remember being in high school and I wanted to act in theater, kind of just because my friends were doing it and I wanted to do it. And I got cast in the role as the principal in Our Miss Brooks. Now, that was a very popular television program in the 50s with Eve Arden and Gail Gordon starring in it. So many of you might remember that, but it was a Broadway play and it was a very popular high school play. Well, what happened when I went to deliver my lines in that play is I got a laugh. And I didn't even think about the role being funny as I was reading it in rehearsal. In our rehearsals of the class, nobody laughed. We just got our lines and memorized our lines and went through the motions. But the lines were so funny that when I got to deliver them on stage, the audience laughed. And it was like, I remember something was awakened within me of this energy is coming from somewhere. I don't even know how to describe it. But then the next lines and the next lines went on to where I could get timing that I didn't even know the name as timing, where I could say something and the audience would respond and we were kind of one and there was an ebb and flow of it. And I thought, oh, I like this theater thing. I want to do this more. And I went on and was a theater minor in college, and I got to be in a play in college. My first play was Ken Kesey's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Now, I didn't really have a big role. In fact, I played a character by the name of Scanlon, who, if you remember the movie of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, he was the guy that was building the bomb that was going to blow up the hospital. But because I had such a good teacher in that play, I got to get the backstory. He made us think about, where is this hospital? What is this experience of these patients? Because what was really true about the depiction of that story, the patients were the healthy ones, and it was the staff of the hospital that was crazy. And if you told the story in exactly the right way, if you really got in tune with what the author was saying, you could portray that and the audience would get it. And they would walk away going, oh, that Nurse Ratched, look at her. And I loved that element of storytelling. And I got the imagination activated within me to try to key into what the author was saying. And it was so real to me. I felt that I was walking the same hallways and meeting the same people that the author was talking about. And that allowed me to portray it as an actor. But I wanted to master that level of storytelling. So I continued to work on that craft. Well, here's what happens. Sometimes in our life, we get away from our passion. We get away from that connection that we have when we were divinely inspired to ignite that spark within us to where we go do the thing that naturally is coming through us, where we are naturally dealing with that passion, naturally dealing with that calling. I decided, okay, I love theater, but, I really need to make some money. I need to get a job that actually pays it, the backup plan. So I had an opportunity to apply for the job to be the chief of vocational rehabilitation and work study and educational therapy. All that was the title. But it was at the VA Medical Center in Palo Alto, California. And while I was there, I was assigned to what was known as the Menlo Park campus of the VA. I hated it. Absolutely hated that job. I was not respected by the staff. I had a hard time implementing my ideas until there was the day that I decided to walk out on that campus, sit down on a park bench, and say, why am I here? And I remember praying, God, you put me here for a reason, but I'm missing the reason. I'm not getting the point. I don't understand why I am here. I wanted to be over there at Palo Alto campus doing something, not here at Menlo Park. Why am I here? Then, as I came up out of that experience, all that Spirit said to me was, look where you are. Didn't mean anything for the moment. So I started to walk around the campus. And in my particular job, I was dealing more with outpatients rather than dealing with inpatients. And so I had walked down a path that took me by a building, and I happened to glance up at a window. And in that window, I saw the equivalent of a chain link fence in the window, so that when someone would open the window from the inside, they couldn't get out because that fence was there to keep them from jumping from the second story or the third story of that building. And it was suddenly familiar to me. And it was like, where have I seen that before? And I remember that in this Indiana State University production of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, the windows in the scene were covered with that same chain link fence. And I thought, isn't that interesting? And I went back to my work and I mentioned it to someone, and the woman looked at me and said, well, don't you know this is where Ken Kesey worked? This is the VA hospital that's depicted in that story. Nurse Ratchet works in Building 5. The Indian that's depicted in the play is still a patient on that ward. You are in that environment. Well, it awakened something within me. I got in that moment, I wasn't there to necessarily be in service to anyone in that job. I was there to see the beginning of the story, the catalyst of why Ken Kesey wrote the book, to make that connection with the author so that I could be inspired to get back to doing what I was called to do at that time in my life. So I started to, I walked all over that campus. I went to any room, the nurses where they distributed the medication, the pharmacy, the ward, everything. I was all over that campus just to absorb everything that could come to me that would enable me to be a storyteller through the art of theater. And then I got to learn with theater that the Greeks invented theater as an intention of holding up a mirror to show society what was going on in society, to be the messenger for people to see themselves. And I learned that lesson. And I learned the lesson that I could use the arts, the art of storytelling, to show people who they are and to allow them to make a choice to move from this idea of life happens to them, where life happens by them, where life happens through them, and finally life happens as them. That they could make that spiritual journey, that I could show them how to do it through storytelling, through playwriting, through producing different shows. And the thing that propelled me the most, the thing that ignited that spark within me, is when somebody would tell me, no, that won't work here. And then there were some times, I have to say, I said yes to their no. I gave in and said, okay, I understand. And then I had the experience to learn that sometimes, even though I want to say no, Spirit works with such an intentional way that the yes happens whether I said no or not. And that's some powerful stuff. So I had the opportunity in 2007 to become the arts commissioner for the city of Tracy, California. One of the things that we did during my tenure as an arts commissioner is we had the gift of spending $19.4 million to restore the historic Grand Theater in downtown Tracy. So we were able to take a vintage fire station, a vintage jail, and a vintage hotel, and a vintage theater, and make a complex that would be a performing arts center. There would be a gallery. There would be musician rehearsal rooms where students can learn every instrument that existed. There were art studios, and there were the theater. And so as we were doing all this work, the city arts manager came to me and said, will you put together our first season of shows because we know that you could do it? What? I, I might be able to direct a show. I might be able to act in a show, produce a whole season. So I immediately had to go into prayer and go, okay, what is mine to do? And I thought that it was an opportunity to do shows that I had either been in or done before, but the community would respond to them. So I chose Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I chose Doubt, a Parable. And then I chose, because it was the 10th anniversary, the Laramie Project. Well, the Laramie Project was a little bit too controversial for the city of Tracy. The city council didn't really want to do it because it dealt with the killing of Matthew Shepard in Laramie, Wyoming, because he was a young gay man. But I stood up to it. Something told me, do it anyway, even though they were telling me the town was not ready for it. This would never happen. This will never sell there. You're going to ruin this opening of this theater season if you do that play. Something came over me that said, stand in your authority. Take dominion over this and do it anyway. Interestingly enough, it was the one show that I had never directed before. I had only seen it. And it has 40 parts, 40 different characters that are portrayed by 10 different actors. And so I had to really reimagine how I could do this storytelling in what is known as a black box theater, which means no set. It's all the actor bringing everything to the storytelling. And I used space. I drew out quads on the floor with tape. And so if one character always performed in this box and another character only performed in that box, and that allowed the actor to move back and forth to portray whoever they needed to portray, and the audience got it. And I didn't know how to do that. It just came through me to do that. And it came off. And I thought, I am so glad that I was willing to say yes, even when they were saying no. And I kept having a little moment of doubt. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? And I happened to be outside of the theater for no particular reason one Sunday as we were approaching a matinee performance. And I saw this elderly gay man, perceived to be gay man, come up to the box office to buy a ticket. And as he talked to the box office attendee, I heard him say, I waited my whole life to see that it was safe for me to attend something where someone like me would be depicted on the stage in my hometown. And it touched my life. I suddenly got, okay, this is why we're doing the thing. This is why we are called to be the demonstration. Even though our ego may want to run the other way, even though everyone is telling us, no, we cannot do that, there is a spark within us, a fire within us, a passion within us that is divinely inspired, divinely ignited to where we are called to go do the dang thing, whether we want to or not. And when we do, the magic happens. When we do that, and we get to stand back and see the unfoldment of the miracle from it, we get that we are one. We get that life has happened as me and through me. A moment was created. See, here's one of the things about theater. Once the show opens, that's why this term opening night is so big. Once the show opens, the director is now hands off. The director can no longer influence the storytelling. It is going to be what it is going to be. And any time I have allowed Spirit to guide me as to whatever the play is to be, whatever the story is to be, whatever the music is to be, when I surrender it and it unfolds, I can step back and see and experience and witness why Spirit wanted that story told at that time. So today, here's your homework. Each of you, every person within the sound of my voice, is being inspired. Someone is lighting that spark within you to go do the dang thing, to go do something outside of your comfort zone, something that you have the talent to do because you have been gifted by that talent. You have been gifted with the ability to write that song. You have been gifted with the ability to paint that canvas. You have been gifted with that opportunity to tell that story, to deliver that podcast, to write that play, to produce that song, to control, whatever it is, you are the demonstration that is working on behalf of Spirit to create that world that works for all. It's you. Maybe that spark that's ignited within you is to empower someone else to do their artistic work. You know, we talked about Simone Biles last week. Simone Biles, parents had to drive her to all those practices. That was their calling. All of her coaches had to teach her the techniques that she would need to know to do the thing. That was their calling. So maybe you're not the one to put the brush to the canvas, but maybe you're the one called to purchase the canvas for the artist. Maybe you're the one to give the other person the safe space to do what is moving through them. If you look at our levels of consciousness, that's that third inspired level where your tribe comes together, where the community comes together to do the thing, to be the allies, to be the advocates, to be the co-conspirators, to deliver on what has been put upon you as a calling to do. So today, I want to leave you with the idea that you are called to be the demonstration of what it will take to create a world that works for all. People are watching you. They are watching you to see how you are responding to the election. They're watching you to see how you're responding to the holidays. They're watching you to see how you respond to any setback, any challenge, that anything that looks like an obstacle, because you see it as an opportunity. They want to know what you're up to. They want to know how you do this. I'm saying, show them. Show them how to do it. Show them how to be the demonstration. Show them how to show up authentically as who you are and what you have been called to do. You already have all the tools you need to have to do the thing. Be inspired. Make a difference. Go out there and be you. And so it is. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you on the other side.
And now we have a wonderful song. The children's choir sang it at the symphony concert last night, and this is a beautiful song.
Candles in the window, shadows painting the ceiling, gazing at the fire glow, feeling that gingerbread feeling. Precious moments, special people, happy faces I can see somewhere in my memory. Christmas joys all around me, living in my memory. All of the music, all of the magic, all of the family, home here with me. Precious moments, special people, happy faces I can see somewhere in my memory. Christmas joy all around me, living in my memory. All of the music, all of the magic, all of the family, home here with me.
Beautiful. That's from Home Alone, if you don't know it. Before we go on, Reverend Jack inspired me to say this. Our Ice House Theater is doing things like he's talking about. They put on one show, I was doing a story on it, so I went to rehearsal, and I thought, oh my gosh, maybe this is too much for us. All about a gay couple and in a Catholic school, and it was sort of a devastating story, but it worked. They got an audience, people from the source, LGBT people showed up. And one young woman who I had seen before sort of like this, she's told me, she understood her identity now better. And she's different now. So what he's talking about is happening right here too, and I'm sure we can participate in that too. So let us now do our prosperity prayer. Everybody ready? Today I expect every good thing to come to me, for I know that divine abundance is forever manifesting itself in my affairs. I am keeping my whole mind and thought and expectation open to new experiences, to happier events, to a more complete self-expression. Everything that belongs to spirit, I accept. Everything that partakes of the nature of divine reality, I claim as my own. I identify with success, and I prosper in everything I do. As I give thanks for the good now flowing into my life, I gladly share that good with others. The more I give, the more I receive. I experience a deeper consciousness of peace and security, for I know that I am in the embrace of a warm, loving presence. My cup runneth over. I exist in limitless possibility. And now, should we have people come up? Oh, we're supposed to do this first. So we have the ushers come up, and we'll take the offering. We bless these gifts and give thanks for all the good that they will manifest. And so it is. But, yep. And now we go back to Reverend Jack for the closing.
All right. So I want to take this opportunity to thank you for being here today. I hope if you were inspired by today's message that you share the YouTube link. Watch it on YouTube. Send it to someone that you think might be inspired by it. Maybe there's a college student. Maybe there's a family member that you feel called that maybe they need just a little inspiration today to know how to ignite that passion within. Know that we have that tool to do that. Know that we can share the message with one another. Maybe you want to listen to it again yourself this week and take some notes and be inspired, or watch it with a friend. That's why it's there. So visit our YouTube channel through our website and watch it and share it. And so right now, let's come together for our benediction, and we will call our work here today in this moment of time good and done. We give thanks for the opportunity to be together in community, to share with one another, to be inspired, to Be the one that may be called to ignite the spark within somebody else. To say, I'm willing to say to another human being today, I see you. I love you. I appreciate you. I have my hand at your back. Go do the thing. And know that as soon as you do that for someone else, you will turn around and be surprised and see someone doing it for you. That's how this works. That is that connective tissue that is bringing us all together. So we give thanks for how we were inspired today. Whether it be something that our host said, or the musicians played, or the guest artist sang, or the production team made possible, I give thanks for every hand that made today's talk possible. I give thanks for every person that will listen to this message. I give thanks that this word will continue out into the universe, doing whatever it is called to do, and I release it. I give thanks for it, and I affirming it. I affirm it by saying, I know that whatever is done out there begins in here. And in this season, especially this season, we are reminded that peace on earth is possible, but it's an inside out job. And so, as I affirm this prayer by saying, thank you, God, and so it is, we come together in community to sing in unison the peace song as one loving energy and celebration. And when you're done, remember to turn and wave at the camera so all those folks being inspired by listening to today's message sees you see them. And so it is. Bye, everyone.
And while we're getting into our circle for the peace song, I want to let you know that Reverend Jack will be here in person next week. And then Reverend Linda Finley will be doing her annual Christmas talk the following Sunday in person. So I hope you'll all be here.
Now there is peace on earth. I know it begins with me. Now there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is a moment now. With every breath I take, this is my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace.